Welcome back to another edition of Fly Tying with Jim Misiura. Today I'm going to tie a black marabou, orange and gold. The hook that I have in the vise is a size 10 streamer hook. This is 2 extra long streamer hook. It has a straight eye. I'm going to start out by putting some weight on there, and I'm going to use 15 thousandths. And this is lead-free wire. I can find the end of it here. There we go. And I'm going to cover most of this shank with that wire. I just want to give it some weight. Start just about around at the point of the hook, and I'm going to come up to about 2 eye lengths from the eye. So break that there. Now, the lead-free wire is hard to break. It's not like lead wire. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it with a pair of nail clippers. Cuts it nice and quick, and actually didn't do anything to the nail clippers. I'm going to use black thread, and this is just a 6/0. This is Hemingway's, and we're going to secure that lead wraps. Come to the back, and we're going to put a few extra wraps there so it kind of builds up a little bit of a taper. And the majority of this weight is right in the middle, so it should just sink nice and uniformly. We're going to start out with the tail, and for the tail we're going to use some hot orange or blaze orange Hackle, and I'm just going to take some off of this. What you want to do is stand those up, and we're going to pull them all off all at once here. Just like you would with a tail of a dry fly hackle. We want that tail to be 1/2 to 3/4 the length of the hook shank. Go ahead and secure that. Just quickly secure that. Now we're going to put the rib in, and for the rib I'm going to use a medium to heavier gold wire. I think this is like a 15 gauge, and I just got this from a craft store. This is like in the jewelry making section of the craft store. I'm going to make that tag. I'm going to keep that tag kind of long because we're going to have a tinsel body on this, and we don't want to have any lumps. When you wrap your wire, especially the heavier wire, you want to make sure that it's secured well right there at the tail. If it's loose, what will happen is when you go to wind your rib, it's going to twist the body around the shank of the hook. Anyway, bring that right up to the top here. And now I'm going to take gold tinsel, and I'm going to take 6-7 inches of it, and I'm actually going to cut a dart on the end. just cut one side, make a nice slim dart, and tie this in. And you can see I have it almost pointing back. And then we're going to start wrapping. And having it almost pointing back is going to get you a nice start on wrapping it. You won't have any creases in the tinsel. Take this just all the way to the back. And then we're going to bring that forward. And there we go. By going from the front to the back and then forward again, you make sure that you're not going to have any openings in your tinsel. When you're wrapping tinsel, you also want to keep that tinsel pretty tight. You don't want to catch a fish and have that tinsel come apart on you. I'm going to go ahead and trim that off. And we're going to take our rib and we're going to counter wrap this, being the opposite direction we wrapped our tinsel. And this is stronger wire, so I could actually let this go and it's not going to unravel on me because it's a heavier wire. Bring that up to the top. And this wire is actually going to add more weight to it, which I like. And we're going to tie that off there. Now I'm going to take my nail clippers and I'm going to trim that nice and close. Yeah, I'm going to clean that head up, cover that sharp edge. Doesn't matter if you helicopter it or you clip it with the nail clippers or what, the inside of your scissors or what, you're still going to have a sharp edge. Now I'm going to turn this, my hook upside down, and I'm going to take the hackle once again, pull it off just like you would with the tail again. And we want that throat to be about half the length of the hook shank. And I'm going to trim off my excess. Turn that back over. Make sure that hackle is right underneath. And now for the black marabou, you want a nice blood feather marabou. You can see that real skinny stem in there. And I'm going to just take this feather and I'm going to pull everything up to the top. And I want that wing to be just the length of the tail. Give it a loose loop, get it nice and tight right there. Careful you don't pull your throat around. There we go. Get a few wraps on there. We're going to trim that and then form that head. Bring that down, clean that head up. And I got a bit of a step there, so I'm going to have a little bit of wrapping to do to get a nice taper on it. There we go, get all of that on top. And we'll take our whip finish. Give it a little bit of a whip finish there. Trim that off. And now you can coat it with head cement. I am going to use my UV cure on this because it just makes a nice looking head. But this is the Deer Creek Diamond Fine UV resin. We're just going to get a little bit on there. Let the thread kind of draw it out. I'm going to rotate that a little bit to get it to level off. Take my Deer Creek UV light, little pen light. Just a few seconds all the way around. The only difference between this pen light and the bigger torch is you got to be a little more steady with this pen light. If you're a little shaky, you might take it off. And here we have a black marabou, orange and gold. Beautiful little streamer. Got good weight to it. And I hope that you learned something from this video. Hope that you would subscribe to my channel. Please refer me to your friends. Please visit my sponsors. Leave comments, questions, suggestions. And most of all, thank you very much for watching my videos.